Hey guys, 5-star here with turn 12 of Operation Varsity. It's the Commonwealth turn and it could be a long one because there are some battles to fight and doing some risky battles as well because I think I'm in a rush here. I have to catch up with the Axis to get them to a fight in mainland Europe, but let's see. First thing I would like to start with rolling for tech, and that's I have 2 tech rolls, and the first one will be for Airborne Doctrine. And Airborne Doctrine I need a 7 or higher. I'm at stage 1 currently, or at the moment, and I got an 8, so I move up to stage 2 for Airborne Doctrine. Next up, I will roll for long range aircraft. Haven't started that, so I would go to stage 1 if I succeed with an 8 or higher. And a 10. Oh good, okay. That's great. So let me check that. Long range goes up to 1, airborne goes up to stage 2. So that's kind of a good start, I hope. I won't lose my luck here. And now I think we can proceed with the buys. I have 30 bucks with UK. I will spend them on a medium tank, 2 marines, so that together is 6 plus 8 is 14, plus 8 for a minor factory, so 22, and 22 plus 8 for an air transport is 30, so I don't save anything. For FEC I have, let me check, I think it should be 14. Yep, 14 bucks to spend, and I will buy a medium tank and a mechanized infantry, and I will upgrade 2 militias. For Anzac I have 9 bucks from my previous turn, so I will build a submarine base for free, IPP plus 6 for another submarine, so in total 9 IPP. All right. Okay, let's start with combat moves. As I mentioned, I have some risky stuff here going on, or I would like to try. First up, these 2 Japanese destroyers. So I wasn't prepared to run an attack on Aden. And of course, they can threaten Cape Town from here and other places. So I would like to get rid of the destroyers. And therefore, I take the fighter from Calcutta. It can fly 1 to southern India and 2 to I-7 to attack the destroyer here. It has 2 movement points left, so I can fly back to Calcutta later on. In this attack, I will also bring the fighter, the FEC fighter from Cairo. There's an airport, so I can fly 1 to I-5, 2 to I-4, 3 to I-7, and also have 2 movement points left. And for the destroyer here in I-4, I will use the TAC bomber from Cairo. It has 5 movement points, so 1 and 2, and 3 movement points left. And I will bring medium bomber from Sardinia as well. So from Sardinia there's an airport, so I can fly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and have 2 movement points left. So I can fly back to Cairo with both units. At least that's the plan. Next up, the battle in Italian Somaliland. Well, that's easy. I will bring everything which can reach. So I have in Tanganyika 2 colonials and 1 infantry. In Abyssinia I have 3 artilleries. 1 is from Anzac, 2 from UK. 2 more colonials and 1 motorized infantry. Now in desert terrain I have a penalty of -1 for all land units, so could be quite costly here. Maybe not successful at all, but let's see. Next up is the battle in C-Zone M4. There's a coastal submarine here, and I will bring the destroyer from M2. Anzac destroyer will move there, as well as the seaplane from Sardinia. It has map range of 2, so I can fly 1 to M2 and 2 to M3. And my seaplane has a +2 on submarine attacks because I have anti-submarine warfare. So that's the next one. And next up is I will use my airborne unit together with the air transport to fly from Sardinia. Just a quick move here. I will fly O1 to M2 and take Sicily. That's a walk-in. So nothing, no fight here at all. And the air transport, okay, it's currently in Sicily, but it will fly back to Sardinia later on. All right, next up, Gibraltar. I will load these 2 Marines onto my single transport, which is in port, and it will move 1 to A35 and 2 to A28, and will stay in A21 and attack Normandy. Together with, I have 2 transports here in port in southern England, and one will pick up 1 Marine, will move to A22, will pick up the AA gun from London and move back to A21 and bring the AA gun and the Marine to the fight as well. I asked I asked the veteran for scramble orders, but he denied, so the fighter in Paris will not scramble, because I will also bring, with this transport here, it will move to A22, pick up the additional 2 Marines, and you guessed it, move back to A21. So in total I have 5 Marines and 1 AA gun to attack. Next battle will be in sea zone A23, because there's a German submarine, and I will bring this destroyer from A28, so it will move 1 to A21, 2 to A22, and 3 to A23, together with the seaplane from southern England, so it can fly just with 1 movement point to A23, and I also have the attack bonus of +2 here as well. And then we have just these 2 infantry and 1 artillery left in southern England, and some stuff here in London. So I can remove that token. Whew, that was quite a lot, but I think that's it for combat moves. The fighters here in Gibraltar, they will move later in non-combat. I think that should be it. I mean, that's quite something. It's not just a simple move here. So I think we just start with the most risky ones here in Africa and in the Indian Ocean. Let me start right away with the battle here in sea zone I7. So I theoretically could lose a fighter or even 2, and he can lose a destroyer. But yeah, my units are more expensive, so it could be a costly thing to do. I will roll with 2 orange dice, and the destroyer will defend with a green one. So I will hit with a 6 or less, and he will hit at a 4 or less. And yeah, that's what I thought. So my first fighter is lost, and he loses his destroyer. Whew. Okay, losing a 10 IPP unit, it hurts. It hurts a lot for FEC. So only this fighter left, but he has 2 movement points. Next up, the battle here in I4. The destroyer against a tactical bomber and a medium bomber. So could be that I'll lose even more IPP now. So my 2 orange dice, they will both hit at a 7 or less, and again a 4 or less for the defender. Whew. Okay. Yeah, got lucky. So no hit for Japan, but 2 hits for me. Wow, that was close. So the destroyer is gone. So yeah, he still owns Aden, but maybe I can take care of it on a later turn. And these 2 planes will land in Cairo later. Next up, the biggest battle in this turn. It's the Battle of Italian Somaliland. So I bring motorized infantry. I bring 2 colonials and 1 regular infantry. Of course, we have desert terrain, so I have the penalty. I move them all to 1. So we have 3 artillery. They will be at a 2. Of course, they will improve also 3 artillery. So I have 1 colonial and another colonial. And of course, I do hope that I get at least maybe 1 or 2 hits. Would be great in the first turn, but let's see. So 3 of this infantry will be upgraded to a 2 because of the artillery. And Italy will defend with a cavalry, a militia, and 2 infantry. So he also has only 2s to defend. I hope I can get Italian Somaliland with not too many losses, but you never know. His infantry is quite strong, of course, with 2 4s. Yeah, that's it. Let's roll for the battle of Italian Somaliland. And I start with first strike for my 3 artillery at a 2 or less. Come on, guys, 1 hit. Yeah, got 1. That's a 2, so my first strike unit, I think the veteran wants to lose the cavalry first. If not, I will take the militia, but I think that should be okay. Next up for the attacker here, I have 2 colonials. Sorry, I should move my dice tower. 2 colonials and a motorized at a 1. No hit. And I have 3 more rolls for 1 infantry and 2 colonials at a 2 or less. And I got 1 more hit. Whew. The militia, of course, will be the next one. So he has 2 losses. First I roll for his militia and cavalry at a 2 or less. He has 1 hit. So I will lose... I will lose 1. I will lose the infantry. Yeah. So I still have now in total 4 colonials, but I lost 1 infantry. And he also is defending with his infantry at a 4 or less. Another hit. Whew, okay. That's hefty. So another colonial here gone. Leaves me with motorized 1, 2, 3 colonials and 3 artillery. And he has left 2 infantry for Italy. All right, next round. I start with the motorized infantry at a 1 or less, no hit. And I have 6 dice at a 2 or less. Let's make it in 2 batches. So first batch of 2 or less, 1 hit. So there's a 2. Just need 1 more hit. So I hope with my next roll, and there it is, a 1. Wow, I got quite lucky again this turn. So 2 hits is more than you can expect. Italy will defend their 2 infantry for 4 or less, and he gets another hit. Okay, I will remove another colonial. So I end up taking Italian Somaliland with a single motorized infantry from Anzac, 2 colonials from Britain, and 3 artilleries. 1 is Anzac, 2 is UK. Finally, Italy is out of East Africa. So I go up 1 to 25. Italy goes down to 9. I think that's correct. Yeah. Should be fine. Okay, so that was the Battle of Italian Somaliland. Okay, quite successful here. Same here. Only lost 1 fighter. Yes, costly battle, but I think it was necessary. Next up is my battle here in Sea Zone M4, so that's the coastal sub against the destroyer and the seaplane. Yeah, let's roll for that. Again, my seaplane hits at a 5 or less because of my attack bonus. So seaplane 12 and my destroyer no hit. Damn. And I think the coastal sub can defend because I brought the destroyer in there. Coastal sub is defending with a 2. Whew, okay, at least I don't lose my units here. So these Italian coastal subs are quite strong. Okay, we have done the attack in Sicily because this was just a walk-in. Next up will be the battle in Normandy. Normandy we have do not have too many units, so it's just 5 Marines, 1 AA gun against a single militia. So I don't think we need to put them on the battle board, as this is quite straightforward. So let's go straight to Dice Tower here. I will start with 5 Marines, hitting at a 2 or less. I hope I can get a hit in the first turn. First round, no hit, so I needed a 2 or less. Militia is defending with a 2. No hit. Again, second round of attack for my 5 Marines. And there's the hit I need. There's a 1. That means the militia can defend one more time. And no hit, it's a 3. So I take Normandy without casualties, and that's good news. That is another income income increase for UK, and it's quite a strong position here. Not bad for the first attack here. So last combat move will be in A23, seaplane and a destroyer against a German sub. I hope my seaplane does better this combat. So let's start with the destroyer with a 4 or less. No hit. I hope my seaplane will be more successful. Seaplane with a 5 or less. Another miss. So the German sub will defend with a 3. Whew, okay, at least no losses here. That would have been bad. So yeah, German sub survives, the Italian coastal sub survives. So I have some non-combat moves now to do. First, I will have the light cruiser. First of all, yeah, I had this successful attack here in Normandy. That means that these 3 destroyers can go in port in Normandy. And same, the light cruiser will do the same. It goes in port here in A21 in Normandy. And the seaplane flies back to southern England. It's waiting there. I have an artillery and 2 infantry in southern England, but there's no movement necessary for now. I can remove that token. The import token can go to these boats. Now we have the 2 fighters from Gibraltar. They will fly to Sardinia, so it's just 1 and 2. Land in Sardinia. That's on my task marker right here. So we have now a single militia, a colonial, 2 fighters, and the seaplane will fly back, of course, as well. The air transport from Sicily will also fly back to Sardinia, of course. Yeah, that's the situation here at the moment. And yeah, that's a bit of a problematic situation here in the Mediterranean. So he definitely can and he will attack my destroyer here, which is bad. Which is pretty bad. So I will keep those in port, because I think if I move my destroyers here in M4, he will also attack me here. I don't want to do that, so I will keep these 2 British destroyers in port in Gibraltar. Let me think about it. I think we make one change. The light cruiser, sorry, he does not go in port in Normandy. He will leave this is the port here in southern England. He will move 1 to A28, 2 to 35, 4 to 44, and go in port here in Gibraltar and stay there. Okay. Yep, that's good. Then we have this single lonely seaplane here in Gold Coast. It will move 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and land in Gibraltar. I need more seaplanes because these Italian subs are troublemakers here. Okay, but now we have some more units here. And so the Japanese threat is now gone. So I can land the fighter here from I-7. It can fly back to southern India to Calcutta. Maharashtra is of course yours. The tactical bomber will fly back 1 and 2 to Cairo. A medium bomber will fly back 1 and 2 to Cairo. Yeah, that's about it. Can't move anything here. These units were all used in attacks. Non-combat moves, yeah. We have the former Dutch submarine here in P61. It will stay there. And even better, these guys here will join, so they can move 1 and 2 and 3 to the same sea zones. And we can go straight to placement of units. Remember, I bought a submarine base and I will place it here in Western Australia to give the subs a bit more range, and the other sub will be placed here in Sydney. Oh, it's P72. Sorry guys, P72. So these 9 bucks are down here. Placement of these units. So 2 units of course go to Calcutta on this stack here. Let's put the fighter also back on the task force marker here. And then I have 2 more militia upgrades. 1 militia will be upgraded here in southern India, of course. And the other upgrade will be done in Calcutta. So 1 more or 1 less militia here. And 1 more infantry. In total, 14, 15 infantry. And one thing I forgot, I wanted to non-combat move, sorry, I hope you allow it. The Anzac infantry will rail from Calcutta to Delhi. This was the thing I forgot. So now, yeah, there's the Japanese Marine. He can do some trouble, but maybe I can get him next turn. Or Japan will attack Calcutta, let's see. So these things are done. And now we have to place some more units. The medium tank will go to Cape Town. The 2 Marines and the air transport go to London. Oh, come on. Okay, so in London we currently have 2 Marines now, 1 air transport airborne, US strategic bomber, 2, 4, 5, 6 infantry. So it does look good. And I have a minor factory to place, and it will go to Sardinia. It's a lovely island, it has a nice air base, and now even better, got a minor factory. Great. Okay, I think that's it for the turn. One thing I forgot, I got a bit more income here because I got Normandy. Normandy is worth 1. So Germans go down from 54 to 53 and UK goes up to 26. and UK still gets the 2 bonus from Iran and Suez. So I end up the turn 26 plus 5 is 31. Yeah, if you see, I don't get my bonus anymore because Aden is now Japanese territory. So no plus 1 for me, so I get just $9. It's not much. And Anzac still gets his, I think it gets his bonus. No, I don't think so. There are 2 Japanese torpedo boat destroyers there. So I think I don't get the bonus. Please correct me if I'm wrong. So Anzac ends up the turn with 7 IPP. Next up, France. Bye bye.